Okay, this video will probably be coming to you sometime later tonight because things were just so crazy and I haven't been able to record until right now, which is Saturday afternoon, evening, technically. So, I'm here to talk about the Avery Shaw Experiment, which is a Kindle book, which is available on Kindle Unlimited, and I really like this book. I was trying to reread it just so I could recall all the events so we could properly discuss this. But here I am, and this is what we are going to get. Before I get into the spoilers section of this video, I will be giving a brief premise of the story. So basically, this book is about a girl who gets her heart broken by her best friend, and sort of the aftermath of that and how she comes to terms with it, and surprise, surprise, she also ends up falling in love with someone else. And that someone else happens to be her best friend's older brother, who is, of course, gorgeous and sexy and just the perfect epitome of male yumminess. And I think that's an actual quote from one of the characters in the book describing the love interest. So I think it's a great book. It's by one of my new favorite authors, Kelly Oram. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, but it's O-R-A-M. So I would say give this book a shout out, but it is a pretty quick read. I got through it in one afternoon, less than 3 hours. And that's it for my premise. I will now start the spoiler part of this video, and I will hopefully stop bumping my camera. Okay, so Avery Shaw is our protagonist here, and then we have the love interest, Grayson Kennedy. Now, these two, I don't adore them as a couple, but I do ship them pretty hard. They are very cute. They have a lot of amazing moments in this book, and I particularly love how they did the whole trope of playboy who finds the right girl and he changes, right? And I think the key part of why this is interesting and not so tropey is because I'm supposed to look at this. I'm supposed to look at the viewfinder. So that way you guys think I'm talking to you and not to my face, which I'm looking at. Okay, no, I'm going. I think the reason why this doesn't feel so tropey is because we see half the book from Grayson's perspective. And so we get to see sort of his inner workings, and he has a very interesting voice. I love hearing him. Well, not hearing him, but you know, reading his inner thoughts, his dialogue, how he sees the world and interacts with Avery. I think it is very cute, and I think it is very entertaining and interesting. And even though I already read it once and I thoroughly enjoyed it, it also was just about as enjoyable rereading it. I mean, there were some issues. I wish that there was a little more showing and not just telling, and I'm not sure if it's because the author was trying to make this book shorter, because it is a relatively quick read. I think it's only like 50,000 words. There's a lot more telling in this book than I would care for there to be. I wish that they had shown a lot of the scenes and aspects of people's relationships that they simply tell us. Though when I was first reading it, I didn't really notice it too much, so I think if you're just one of those light readers who just cruise through a story and don't overanalyze everything and think too much about the different aspects of storytelling, I definitely think you'll enjoy this book. It mostly deals with Avery trying to get over her best friend, and her way of trying to get over her best friend is basically having an experiment where we see her go through the 7 stages of grief to try to mend her broken heart. And I think it was the topic that really drew me to the story because, you know, I could relate to having your heart broken, right? And it definitely got me out of my reading rut, which is another reason why I am so grateful to this story. And I will actually be doing another review about Kelly Oram's, I think, most popular book, which is Cinder and Ella, so stay tuned for that, because I love that book so much, and I was going to do a review about it, but for many different reasons, I decided to do this one. So, the Avery Shaw Experiment. There are a lot of different elements, and the book is filled with very colorful characters who leap off the page, and I think feel very real, and you never really feel like they're a trope, even though there actually are a few tropes and there are a few meta jokes, talking about, oh, it's the hot high school jock who's failing a science class. There's the little nerdy girl and her weird friends who turns out to be, all gorgeous once you give her a good makeover, right? But I definitely think that the characters in this book are very alive, and they seem entertaining. I just love them. I loved Avery. There was so many parts in this book where I was laughing because it was just so funny, and the humor is just on point. And I really enjoyed seeing Grayson's reaction, and when he finds out that Avery's journal is very scientific and it's not very gushy or anything, and he realizes that he's the one who's been like writing, oh my gosh, I love her so much, over and over. And I was laughing so hard when she tried grabbing it from him and saying, I gotta read it, I gotta make sure that you're doing this experiment properly. And he was all, no, because he was just like, I am not gonna be letting her read that. And I don't know, that was just such an amazing scene. And I guess my main problem, besides the lot of telling and not showing, would be how Aiden, who's Avery's best friend, right, the one who breaks her heart, we don't see a lot of him, honestly, throughout the book. We can see a lot of impact of how he affected Avery when he broke her heart, but we don't really get to understand him. I think his actions are sort of understandable because, it's his first girlfriend, he's trying to please her, and he's jumping through all these hoops and ditching his old friends because of, the new girl in his life. And I think that that's something that does happen sometimes. I wouldn't personally know too much because I've never had something like that happen to me, but I think that the way he treated Avery was totally shit. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure because the way he treated her was, yes, it was very douchey. But then at the same time, I'm not sure if I wouldn't really know because I've never dumped my best friend for my girlfriend, my new girlfriend, right? But I feel like he really didn't mean to hurt his best friend. It just sort of happened. And I do like how in the end Avery and Aiden make up, and there's this whole thing where he's like, yeah, I actually, surprise, surprise, I probably would have fallen for you. I'm just too much of an idiot, and now you're in love with my brother. This book does have a bit PG-13-ish vibes to it. It's a bit more sexual, I guess. I mean, there were more references to, that in this book, so for those of you who are a younger audience, beware. But I really did enjoy this book, and Kelly Oram is becoming another one of my favorite authors who I discovered on Kindle, and I cannot wait to read the rest of her books. I'm actually hoping to read V is for Virgin, but that's no longer on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm gonna have to buy that, and I'm not sure if it's worth the $2 because I'm a total cheapskate, and I don't want to have to pay extra for a book when I'm already paying for Kindle Unlimited. So maybe I'll just wait for it to come back to Kindle Unlimited because I know it was available a few months ago, but now it isn't. I'm not sure why. So I'll probably just wait for that and read her other books in the meantime. I'd say 4 out of 5 stars. I think it deserves that because despite some of its flaws, it is a very good story, but I think it'll be more relevant, or you'll be able to understand it more if you have had your heart broken, especially recently. It's a good book to help you get over that broken heart, in my opinion. And it helped me out of my reading ruts because now I'm rereading that book now, and I'll probably finish it even though I'm already taping this review. And then I'm probably going to finish some other books, and hopefully I'll keep reading and I'll be posting more often. Yeah, that's it. that's pretty much it for the review part of this video. There was one small announcement I wanted to make, which is first that I will be trying to post to this channel in October, because at least once a week, maybe an extra video a week, I think, because I wanted to do the Inktober challenge. It is a challenge for artists to work on their inking throughout the month of October, specifically to work on having a finished inked in piece of art and post it online every day. So I will be posting them to my Instagram, which is RogueRider1997. So follow me there if you want to see what's up with that. Attempting to post another video, 2 videos a week. Not sure when exactly, but I'll probably mention that in my next. When is October 1st? I think it's like on a Wednesday. I'm not sure when I'll be posting my Inktober videos. I might post them on the same day as on Saturday, or maybe I'll move my reviews to Wednesday and do my inking on Saturday. I'm not sure entirely. I guess we'll find out when I post those videos. But I'm glad I actually got this review in, and I'm hoping to keep making reviews and, you know, keep it up with the weekly thing. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later.